There are 36 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105. On Litchfield's Country Station 1039 The Moose, live online at K105.com, via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. We will prepare you for this abbreviated work week and into the holiday season, and kicking off with Thanksgiving coming up on Thursday. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more coming up today here on the In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire. She's my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's B. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I know the most important part is that you get invited to Thanksgiving dinner. But if you have to pick, is there a particular time you prefer to eat on Thanksgiving Day?
All day.
All day.
All
So
day.
you want to begin with you want to start early and finish late?
Yes.
Okay. The afternoon is the most popular time for Thanksgiving dinner, but there's no really consensus on early versus late afternoon. 36% of Americans prefer to have Thanksgiving dinner in the early afternoon, which is between noon and 3, while 38% prefer to have it in the late afternoon, like between 3 and 6. Only 11% of Americans prefer to have a Thanksgiving dinner in the evening after 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I can see that. If I had to choose, it would be afternoonish, not necessarily noon, but, afternoonish.
I kind of like the way that, the way we're doing it is we're not doing it at noon, but we're doing it relatively early, because then you'll be hungry again,
See, that's,
at dinner time.
Right.
If you do it at 3, you really only get to eat
Yeah.
once, unless you want to eat
See,
at
if you time
10.
it just right, you can eat, nap, eat again.
Sure.
Right?
Sounds like you got your priorities in order for Thanksgiving Day. He is a 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee. Covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley and the sports. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. How are you?
I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving Day already. Got a lot to do before then. What time is lasagna on Thanksgiving Day?
I don't know yet. Probably 2 o'clock, something like that.
You have to consult with Marie Calendar.
Oh, no, I mean, my mom will actually make it.
Oh yes, I wasn't suspecting that she wasn't. I did get a little spot of bad news this morning that maybe gave me some pause that I need to maybe reevaluate my life. If you want to live longer and you're an exceedingly sunny person, optimistic, you might want to tone it down a bit. Researchers found that
You need to reevaluate.
cheerful people live shorter lives.
Oh, dear.
Overly optimistic people tend to not be as careful as those who have a more serious take on life, so they die sooner.
Well, I am in for it.
I'm going to walk out here on this ledge. What could go wrong? The scenery is beautiful. And you know what happens from there, so you gotta be careful. Cloudy with afternoon and evening showers for today. The rain will return this afternoon. We'll see warm with highs in the lower 60s. The short term, sunny and colder for tomorrow, highs in the 40s. Longer term, another system is bringing rain Wednesday afternoon into Thursday early. North of Louisville, they may see a little bit of snow on Thursday, but we're going to see rain in our area. If you're hitting the roads on Wednesday, you may want to go earlier rather than later, because rain chances are going to increase later in the day on Wednesday. For the Salute to the American Farmer on Wednesday that I'll be part of, and you probably will be too, the initial forecast looked like maybe it was going to be a struggle for that day. But I saw in the forecast for us between the lakes yesterday, I think the high on Wednesday for us may be 52 or 53, so it will feel like, and it'll be dry at the middle of the day. Rain will come later, so just be prepared for that. Cloudy and afternoon showers, a high of 64 today. Showers early tonight with a low of 37, so a little cooler tonight than last night. We'll see mostly sunny tomorrow and a high of 49. If you're looking, you can see all the way into the 10 days. Enjoy it, because starting Black Friday, we're not going to get out of the 30s until middle of the week next week. So it's going to be a cold Thanksgiving weekend. Going to be cold for even portions of California and portions of Washington State. They got another round of wintry weather that's complicating travel early in this holiday week. The Midwest and Great Lake regions are going to see rain and snow tomorrow, or actually they're seeing that today. The East Coast is going to get the most impact of the weather that's happening in the Midwest today over the weekend. So the Thanksgiving and Black Friday is going to be kind of nasty in the Northeast. I wonder what that's going to do for the parade on Thursday morning. A low pressure system is forecast to bring rain to the southeast early on Thursday before heading to the northeast. So it'll kind of swoop through and move through. So no matter where you're headed in our beautiful country this week, there's a little bit of the weather picture on what you can expect. Also, there's something happening. The Earth is going to bid farewell to its temporary, being called a mini moon. It's an asteroid that's been tagging along as a mini moon for the past 2 months. It's going to peel away today, overcome by the stronger tug of the sun's gravity. It's 33 feet wide, and you can't see it unless you've got a really powerful telescope, but it's got mini moon behavior that it's been tagging along with Earth, but it's never fully been in the Earth's orbit. And so anyway, just in case you like that type of phenomenon, you can read about the little mini moon that's been going on with the Earth. A police pursuit that began in Warren County ended in Grayson County on Saturday night. Probably as many police cars as you've ever seen on Shrewsbury Road at one time. Law enforcement officers were notified about the pursuit Saturday night just before 9. The sheriff's office and LPD got involved and responded to Shrewsbury Road as the chase traveled through Edmonson County and into Grayson County. As the pursuit entered the county at moderate to low speeds, one of the officers attempted a pit maneuver on the individual, but that just increased the speed of the person who was driving. So they got into a rollover accident in the 3600 block of Shrewsbury Road. They had closed the road close to the Y. They had shut that down. And then Shrewsbury at Sadler Road, they had deployed stop sticks or strips, and I think had brought that to a conclusion. The suspect crashed about 0.8 of a mile from Sadler Road after, I think, crossing those stop strips. And so anyway, no any more about the accident at that time, at this time, but that's what all the fuss was about. Kentucky Attorney General Russ Coleman announced Friday he's joining 30 of his counterparts from around the country in calling upon Congress to pass the bipartisan KOSA Act. It's the Kids Online Safety Act before the end of the year. The attorneys general highlighted several key provisions of KOSA that would help, that would enhance online protections for minors. One, mandatory default safety settings requiring platforms to automatically enable their strongest safety protections for minors rather than burying these behind opt-in screens. Addiction prevention, allowing young users and their parents to disable manipulative design features and algorithmic recommendations that keep children endlessly scrolling. And parental empowerment, providing parents with new tools to identify harmful behaviors and improve capabilities to report dangerous content. We might have been this way, our children might have been this way, but you know how a child gets engaged in a screen. I don't care if it's a non-interactive screen, television screen, whatever it is. You get a young person and they can just look mindlessly at the same movie on loop or the same. Well, imagine that same principle applies with the internet, but now you've made it interactive. Now you've made it the scrolling, and they can click and find, well, I want to see what's behind this click, and I want to see what's behind that click. Adults have a big enough problem trying to ward off the dopamine rush of the clicking and the liking and the scrolling and well, imagine if you don't even have a fully developed frontal lobe on how much of a target and victim you can become and get into some of these really bad behaviors that are harmful to you, seemingly innocuous at the time, but long-term have tremendous harmful effects. Governor Beshear is joining with the state police and encouraging Kentuckians to participate in the annual statewide Cram the Cruiser food drive. It's going on now through December 9. Cram the Cruiser is hosted by all 16 state police posts So you may see a cruiser and state police personnel out at various grocery stores or other places in the community, and that's your opportunity to help out with non-perishable food items. In 2023, the state police alone collected about 162,000 pounds of food. And so, anyway, I have a feeling, I know that the food pantries in the community are the ones who benefit from that collection. I don't think state police are in the business of distributing that themselves. So, no matter how you help, please make sure that you do. Busy weekend in sports started on Friday. It was odd that there was not a high school football game that I was interested in on Friday for the first time in several weeks, but some were going on, of course, some exciting high school football playoff games. But the UK men's basketball team continued their, I think, fourth installment of their Unity series by hosting Jackson State in Rupp Arena. Samurai, were you at the game?
No. I was Meet the Cougar Night.
Oh, it was Meet the Cougar Night. That's right. You had
it,
basketball.
no?
That's right. Well, I did see.
I mean, I might be good, but I'm not good enough to duplicate
Hang on,
myself.
Sam, now.
No.
To be clear, you have broadcast a Cougar event from off-site before.
Twice.
So,
Twice.
okay.
It's happened twice.
It is-
And
So you are good.
It is possible. But well, that means some other lucky individuals.
yeah,
were
my older brother
sit
got
in
to
your
go with my
seats.
dad.
Well, lucky him. The ninth-ranked Cats reached the century mark for the third time this season, set a season high in scoring with 108 points, and they outmanned Jackson State 108-59. So your brother got to see the shoe throwing.
Yeah, see, when I got into the car at Meet the Cougar Night, I had just seen, I had like the stats pulled up, so I was just following the score just because I knew that Kentucky was probably going to win and probably going to win relatively easily. So when I listened to Mark Pope start talking, and one of the first things he mentioned was the shoe, I was like, what is he talking about? Because I hadn't seen the video yet, and then when I got home, sat down, and started to catch up with everything, that's when I saw the video.
You don't see it very often, but Garrison came away with a steal or a rebound, a block and a steal or something, and then was going coast to coast. Well, one of the Jackson State players lost his shoe on this end of the floor, and he ran down with one shoe on to the other end, trailing the play. And as Garrison was going toward the basket, he just threw his shoe, trying to deflect the ball, distract Garrison. I don't know what it was, but it's one of the more odd things you'll ever see.
Yeah, I
Are
died.
there rules against that? I've thrown a shoe before, but
I
not in
mean,
that
you can't be
setting.
doing
Are there
that.
rules?
You can't be doing that.
Not in a basketball game.
No.
I presume that's not where your shoe throwing was.
No,
not
it
in a
was
basketball
not.
game.
But I mean,
Yeah, Travis Perry even got into the scoring, got a big cheer from the crowd, of course. Sky Walker was honored as a Unity legend during the game. And so now the Toppers will be at the Cats tomorrow.
I mean, serious
Rupp Arena.
question though: is that foul worthy?
Yeah, what happened? What was the call, Sam? Was
I
it a
don't.
call?
I
Was
don't
that a
think.
technical?
I don't think they did anything. They probably should have
Okay,
given him a
okay.
technical foul, though.
I think if you throw anything that's not even if you throw the basketball, far enough off the floor, that's a technical. So I think you can't turn things into projectiles.
Grayson County had that happen to them a couple of years ago. One of the funnier moments that we've experienced.
Yeah, I think I recall that.
Yeah,
But
where-
it's not that I've never heard of it, but
Where,
you do
yeah,
rarely.
Coach Johnston they were trying to get some extra time, and he told him to roll the ball off the court, and poor kid, he did it, and he threw it into the upper deck and got a technical foul because of it. It's kind of hard
Well,
to not
so-
laugh about it.
So one of the things that happened was the sequence was Jackson State had scored 5 unanswered points, and they had closed it at 18-12, and then the Cats went on a 25-6 run and basically built. It was the initial. That's where the game no longer became a game. So there's 43-20 or so in the 6 minutes to go, and it was Dylan Canoville who lost his shoe and then threw it at Garrison, who was scoring on a fast break. But Garrison's reaction was funny. He had an expletive in there. They were on tight, but it did the old WTF when he turned, and the camera was tight on him, and he was just as confused as anybody. He was like, "What? What just happened? What just happened there?" So, the UK football team went down to Austin and lost. Cutter Bowley spent quite a bit of time playing in the third quarter and beyond. He 160 yards in passing, but also making some pretty poor decisions. So the bowl streak for Kentucky is gone. Just kind of unbelievable. You thought that they had turned the corner, that they would not go through a season where they wouldn't make a bowl, and now they will probably struggle to maintain the Governor's Cup. I guess it will be a game. I don't know. The ACC is so misleading. Louisville, obviously, with a convincing win over Pitt on Saturday. Kentucky with a loss, 31-14, and now they host Louisville. Got any idea what to expect on Saturday, Sam, with the Governor's Cup?
You can't expect in rivalry. You just have to go with it. I mean, it's just going to happen, or it's not. And I'm intrigued. I don't know how much of it I'll be able to watch, but I'm ready for it.
I haven't decided. I'm still extremely on the fence about.
I would go if I were in your shoes, I would go. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I shouldn't say that. If I go and they lose, it may be the last one I go to for a while. So I'll just put it there.
Listen, I mean, Bengals have disappointed me plenty of times. I mean, they lost their first 4 or 5 home games, and I was there the next time, and I'll be there on Sunday. Like, I'm there no matter what.
Well, I'm at the point in my life where I'm not going to allow 21-year-olds to determine my level of enjoyment on a Saturday afternoon when they goof around and go, what? Okay, so, because I could be doing other things. Aren't there things? Why are you shaking your head?
It's just, I don't know the way I don't know.
It's just.
I mean,
it's like.
You shouldn't allow others to dictate that anyway.
That's true. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'd rather do things that make me happy and that I enjoy doing, whether it's being outside, working, doing projects, etc. So, I don't know. I haven't decided. It's Thanksgiving weekend. It is the Governor's Cup. It is the rivalry. So,
and it's not like it's a late game either.
Yeah, it's actually early. If it were an hour later, it would actually be a little bit easier because I do the math and go,
Yeah, I mean, 11 a.m. Central.
Yeah, I mean, so means you got to back time that all out because you got fight traffic and all that stuff. So I don't know.
We'll even hear about 8 a.m.
And Chuck Woolery, Kentuckian, actually, born in Kentucky and known for most famously The Love Connection, but was the first host of Wheel of Fortune. Even before Pat Sajak ended the job due to a contract dispute. That's what paved the way for Sajak to go on his run. But Chuck Woolery goes on in at age 83, 2-2. We'll be right back at you. Plenty more on the way here on In the Know.
Owensboro Health asks, how are you? Your mental health affects your well-being as much as your physical health. Psychiatrist Dr. Adam Smith helps improve the quality of his patients' lives by treating their crippling depression, anxiety, or other concerns. Find help for your mental health with Dr. Adam Smith at Owensboro Health in Litchfield. Call 270-230-0212 or learn more at owensborohealth.org/Adam Smith.
It's not every day Krispy Kreme donuts get delivered fresh to your favorite restaurant. Oh wait, yes it is. Krispy Kreme at McDonald's. Delivered fresh every day. At participating McDonald's while supplies last. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It's not every day that you find out Krispy Kreme is now at Mickey D's. But it should be.
Get any size hot or iced coffee and a donut for $3. Offer valid once per day through 12/22 at participating McDonald's while supplies last. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
What makes Caneyville Crushed Stone the best choice? It's not just our competitive prices. It's not just the 30-plus years of industry expertise. It's not even the dedication to every customer, rock, or delivery. It's the commitment to your project. Stone by stone, this is all we do. But we do it all. From your driveway, barn, farm, and home. We have you covered. Call our friendly staff Monday through Friday, 270-879-0222. Deliveries available Monday through Saturday. Or visit us on Highway 79 north of Caneyville.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Today, successful small businesses are lean, portable, and focused. If you're running your own business, you need to stay in tune to your customers, vendors, and employees. That doesn't leave much time for processing payroll and reporting, much less the overall performance of your business. The firm of Buckles, Travis, and Hart has a full offering of services for small businesses. Payroll processing, tax liability, unemployment, and financial reporting, just to name a few. Think of them like a built-in business manager, but they don't get sick and they don't ask for time off. Call or contact today to help get your business focused across the board. Buckles, Travis, and Hart, 270-259-5604, GraysonCPAs.com.
Are you ready to redefine your beauty? Escape into a world of wellness with pure aesthetics and wellness. Experience relaxation and rejuvenation like never before. Amy Abels and her expert team of nurse practitioners, registered nurses, and weight wellness specialists offer a full range of services. From laser hair removal to Juvederm filler, step into a realm where beauty is inspired by you. Visit us on South English Street in Litchfield. Book your transformation at pureaesthetics.life.
Uber is reportedly investing in a Chinese autonomous vehicle company. According to Bloomberg, the rideshare giant wants to invest $10 million in the initial public offering of Pony AI. The report says Uber is considering using Pony AI's self-driving technology outside the U.S. A Florida man is accused of impersonating tech billionaire Elon Musk and scamming an elderly Texas woman. Police say that Jeffrey Moynihan Jr. defrauded the woman out of $250,000, although the actual sum could be much higher. Moynihan allegedly convinced the woman to invest in Musk's businesses in exchange for a $55 million return. Bank records show the victim transferred $250,000 to Moynihan, but the victim's husband believes his wife gave the fake Elon Musk up to $600,000. Moynihan is charged with grand theft. And NVIDIA failed to impress Wall Street with its third quarter financial report. The most valuable company in the world beat the street on revenue and earnings, but growth has investors concerned. Tech Report, I'm Mark Mayfield.
I want everybody to get up off your seat and get your arms together and your hands together and give me some of that old soul. You didn't have to love me like you did, but you did, but you did. And I thank you. You didn't have to squeeze me like you did, but you did, but you did. And I thank you. If you took your love somewhere else,
today is parfait day. I like a good yogurt parfait. The blueberries and raspberries and yogurt, granola in there.
I'm all right.
Yeah, it's good. It's shopping reminder day. If you notice the calendar, it's 11/25. Guess what's on 12/25? I think you know. It's also Blasé Day. Perfect day for the world weary to revel in their apathy. Who cares? How you feeling? I'm sort of blasé.
Yeah,
Which
blasé,
we shortened to blah. We're just blah.
yeah.
We're just blah. But
There's a lot of poo watching going on around here. Eeyore is
Eeyore.
very blasé.
Today is Eeyore Day. It's also Thankful Giving Day, number 25. We are continuing to stock our baskets for the food pantry for the Grayson County Alliance.
Yes.
This will go through the end of the month, so clearly it's going through the weekend. But we will count you down today. By the way, you can see on your screen, you can see the exact what?
Actually, it
will end Thursday?
It ends on the 27th, which is Wednesday.
Okay. Oh, so even Wednesday. All right. Perfect.
Okay,
Very good. So we're down to our final three items.
Correct. So today, you said the 25th.
This is the 25th.
Today is granola or fruit bar day. See, look at you go.
Right there. I spoke that into existence.
Yes. So.
Granola or fruit bar day. Okay.
And
Very
those are
good.
handy.
You have some of those little protein fruit bar things that you eat from time to time, don't you?
Yes, I do. Either the Fiber One or the Cliff Bars, or I actually need some more of those. So, Santa baby.
The good news is the cost of Thanksgiving dinner is dropping, but it's still 20% higher than before the pandemic. So it is down a little bit. The average cost is for 10 will be $58.08 or $5.80 a person. That's close to $10 more than it was before the pandemic. The cost of Thanksgiving dinner has dropped 5% from 20 to 23 and 9% from the record 6406 in 2022, which was the highest since the Bureau began its yearly assessment back in 1986. But compared to 5 years ago, we are still 1/5. We are 20% higher. There are some grocers that are working pretty hard to try and put together these meals or meal kits for you. They're sort of doing the legwork. Probably most places that you shop, I'll give you an idea. Like Target has one for 4 people that is $20, which is, pretty,
that's great.
pretty economical. It was,
I can't get like a value meal for $5.
the place that rents you the shopping carts? They've got one that they say is pre-inflation priced. They've got one that's $20 from 2019. Serves 10 people for $47.
Huh?
Let's see. The company that has fed Sam a lot of meals over the years, K. Roger, $4.85 a person for their fresh giving meal. They have. And let's see. Major's got one too. I think all the famous grocers do. Listen, Sam, you look confused when I said that. I mean, Kroger has put clothes on your back.
Yes.
Kroger has put gasoline in your tank, I'm sure. I mean,
Not
Shoes
many.
on your feet.
Yeah. Well, I guess not. I mean, because my dad, and he's no longer working for Kroger. He's got a new job in the last couple of weeks. But
really?
yes, he just needed something different. But he only started working at Kroger a couple of weeks before I started here. So most of the
Okay.
that's probably where my confusion came from, because most of the clothing purchased is by my own, unless it's Christmas.
Well, in the most recent, yes, absolutely. But some company somewhere when you were a young man was helping to feed and clothe you, at least indirectly, I suppose. That's like our kids, if they ever complain about commercials, we basically tell them they're saying cuss words. It's like,
Yeah, it's like
do you want to eat dinner?
Exactly.
Yeah. Then suffer through the commercials.
that's like the smell at the barn.
That's-
You just get over it.
That's right. Coming up on Friday, Black Friday, of course. Here's a little bit of etiquette in case you've forgotten how we're supposed to behave on Black Friday. 1, be early but not pushy. 2, eat before you come. So don't be hangry at the Black Friday. It's a recipe for disaster.
It really is.
Keep your preteen kids at home. Nobody needs them crawling around under clothing racks or swinging from the shelves
Getting
of the
lost.
aisle, getting lost.
Temper tantrum.
Absolutely.
I want to go home.
Now listen, I do enjoy watching a little meltdown if I'm on my way and I'm not, like I walk by and see a kid having a meltdown, but I'm just kind of going 20 miles an hour, keep on trucking like, that's funny. But I don't want to have to stand there and watch it. I don't want to be trapped.
You laugh until it's you.
That's exactly right. That's
And if it's us,
such is life.
you better look out.
Luckily, I guess for the most part, you've kind of passed the temper tantrum age for now.
Yeah.
We have, and I can't tell
One.
you. One?
I remember one.
One. And that is,
And
there is zero tolerance.
And I guess
It only took one.
you get
And if you are my child, I have a
grandson
zero-
temper tantrum could come soon, I guess, but that's a little different for the grandparent.
That won't be a temper tantrum. No, not for us.
Yeah, because you get to just shove them full of cookies and.
Well, that and here's your mom. It's hard to throw a temper tantrum with your grandparents, right? Because you get everything.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. Yeah.
And then if they do get fussy, it's like, I think your mom needs you.
Or I thought
Here's
you
your
were gonna go send them up the hill to great grandparents.
Well, I mean that's
That could work.
just additional spoiling, without a doubt. But I think your dad needs you.
I think grandmom needs help up the hill.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Make decisions out of the way. Please get out of the road. Like if you're unsure, just don't stand out in the middle of the aisle.
Okay, you're supposed to have all that planned out before you go anyway.
But you make it over here and you may see two
An impulse,
TVs and like
yeah.
one is $50 cheaper, but there's a little difference and you have to compare. You do get conflicted because of the way that stores approach it. They go, hey, well,
then-
but if you do this,
Also, with the TV, make sure it can fit in your car.
or have some rope.
Because I had that happen when Black Friday. If that box would have been a centimeter bigger, it wouldn't have gotten in. But it probably took me about 30 minutes in the parking lot trying to MacGyver a way to get it in.
Next time, call me.
Sam, I got one back in January that wouldn't fit in my truck.
Didn't I help you load that into your?
Nope. No, you were not involved in this one.
There was a bigger one than that one?
Yes. And it had to stand up. That's how bad it was. It had to stand up in the back.
So did you have to call a friend?
I did have to call a friend. Absolutely. That's right. I did have to call a friend to get it to its final place. 6, don't play the hiding game. We were just talking about the hiding game before the show. Listen, especially if you're shopping at Vandalay Industries, don't be hiding stuff.
Don't hide my stuff, okay?
Some people they think, oh, here's this medium and there's only one left and I'm going to go put it on another rack so someone doesn't find it. If you're not ready to make the purchase, it's not like layaway. It's not temporary layaway. You go put it out of the way. Have the money ready and move. When you get to the cash register, you've known the cash register was coming.
It's inevitable.
You've known for quite some time.
This isn't as big of a problem
you knew
now.
the moment you walked through the door that there was probably going to be a purchase involved.
Yes.
I don't think Black Friday is a day that people browse.
I don't either.
I don't think they browse. I don't think they buy everything they see, but I think they go through. So there had to be something at least in the back of your mind that said, at some point in time, I'm going to get to a cash register and I'm going to need to do something. So let's be ready.
Might I recommend the wristlet that has your keys on it, your cards in it, and you can put some cash, okay? That way you're not carrying a purse. You have everything on your arm. It's so crazy that nobody can pluck a purse out of your cart. Might I recommend that?
Or now you even got like Apple CarPlay and stuff. You can or Apple Pay. Just put that on your phone, and most places take that, and you can load money on there too.
It's funny how many people I've noticed, young people, are wearing their keys on lanyards around their neck. How many people are just carrying everything, like their ID and their everything? They're just like wearing it.
I mean, my keys are on a lanyard. I don't wear them around my neck, but my keys are on a lanyard.
But you couldn't you?
I mean,
You needed your hands, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are occasions where, like, if I'm getting groceries or something, I'll throw them around my neck for a second, like carrying the groceries inside. But other than that, no.
You look like a PE coach. All you need is a whistle on there. Hey,
I got plenty on there.
McDonald's is launching a McValue menu that includes buy one, add one for $1 on their McValue menu. So, like, you get a McChicken, you can get another one for $1.
I like
So,
this.
in case it's like the double cheeseburger, the McChicken, 6-piece McNugget, sausage burrito, sausage McMuffin, etc. So, anyway, that's
I like
gonna
all
be-
this.
I'm hungry.
And then I think maybe we finally arrived. I think the future looks promising, actually, for humans. It's taken over 50 years for it to become reality, but back in 1970, a futuristic human washing machine called the ultrasonic bath caused a sensation at the World Expo in Japan. While it never really took off commercially after 1970, the human washing machine concept clearly made an impression on at least one visitor from Osaka. And now the Osaka Expo, they're showcasing it at the Osaka Expo for now by Science Company. They are not ruling out some type of home model yet, but it is a pod. So if you look at it, it is like how would you describe this? It's kind of like a bobsled with a lid, right, that has a roof on it.
It's bigger than like the first class in an airplane, but it has like a roof, like a hood on it.
It has a dome, like a dome. It kind of looks like a human snow globe.
Yeah.
But it's shaped narrowly like the size of a tanning bed. And you get in there for 15 minutes, and it supposedly cleans you from head to toe. It's got the jets, it's got the suds, it's got the drying, it's got the massage, it's got the everything.
So you sit you sit in the same chair as everybody else?
No. I mean, in this case you do, but I'm saying you have a washing machine for your clothes in your home. Won't we eventually have a human washing machine?
Yeah, it's
this
called
is
your
the epitome of lazy.
it's called your hands.
I'm like, I mean, now
A loofah or
rolling in it, and but
Not everyone has hands.
and oh my
Everyone has
goodness.
a loofah. It's like going to the car wash.
I mean, if I just have like rolling. in
if you can't afford a loofah, you can't afford this thing.
Got to get to a break. Today's Did You Know coming up here on In the Know.
I want to thank you again and say bye-bye. I want to thank you again.
Hey, it's Joshua Horton, Public Health Director here at the Grayson County Health Department. It's almost my favorite time of the year, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we don't want you to give a gift that you did not intend on giving. That's why it's so important that we get vaccinated, not only to protect ourselves, but to protect those around us. At Grayson County Health Department, we are committed to keeping our community safe. Our walk-in vaccination clinics offer both COVID-19 and flu vaccines Monday through Thursday, 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. Visit us at 124 East White Oak Street here in Litchfield, or for more information, check out our website at myhealthdepartment.org. Grayson County Health Department. Together we are better.
Wilson and Muir Bank reminds those of us who enjoy gathering with family to give thanks that the food on our table is due to the hard work of farmers everywhere. Join Wilson and Muir Bank at the main branch on November 27th from 11 to 1 for the annual Salute to the American Farmer. Wilson and your customers can enjoy a free lunch prepared by the Grayson County Cattlemen's Association and learn more about the importance of farmers to each of our families. The annual Salute to the American Farmer, November 27th, from Wilson and Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start January 13th. Visit elizabethtown.kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, College for the Real World.
At first, I was scared. Where am I going? Who will take care of me? I didn't know what was happening. I felt all alone. Then I met you. You spent time with me. You talked to me. You showed up for me. You give me hope. I'm not scared anymore. My casa is with me.
A CASA volunteer provides hope and consistency to some of the most vulnerable children in our community as they navigate the family court system. Will you be the light for a child in need? Become a CASA volunteer with CASA of the Heartland. Call our office at 270-982-2274. That's 270-982-2274. Or visit our website, casaheartland.org, to learn how you can change a child's story.
I just remember driving my car and losing control of my stick shift.
Hillary Coltharp crashed her car while texting and driving. Her devastating injuries included severe brain damage.
It's very, very important. When you're driving, if you get a text on your phone, ignore it. The text will be there when you stop.
Keep your eyes on the road, Kentucky. Distracted driving wrecks lives. Brought to you by Team Kentucky and the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
K105 weather from the Wave Storm Tracking Team is brought to you by Smith Overhead Door, sohd.info.
Twin Lakes weather. Some showers will roll into the region for this afternoon as we see highs in the low 60s. Those same showers will roll on out overnight as clouds clear and temperatures fall down into the 30s. Now for your Tuesday, plenty of sunshine, highs in the 40s. We'll see rain returning Wednesday into Thursday. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Hi, this is Gina Leslie with Tom Baxter Real Estate, and I'm in the know. Call me after the show at 217-721-0034 and let me sell the home you've outgrown or find the home of your dreams. Now back to In the Know on K105.
know, the first alarm clock could only ring at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
No, thank you. But it is funny, you know, they had to invent one. At one point in time, they had to invent one.
Gotta start somewhere.
And so he's like, okay, well, if we can prove we can make it go off at 4 o'clock every day, then we'll be, be on to something. So, all right, not surprising. Wicked cleans up at the box office. Getting Gladiator 2 finished 1 and 2, not surprisingly. Wicked does $114 million. Gladiator 2 does $55.5 million. They did $270 million in total. So then the next weekend is going to be big too, because not only are you going to get more people going because of the holiday. Now Moana 2 comes out this weekend, and that will that'll divert a certain number, but you're going to have some repeat business on Wicked, because it is one of the few that I am already ready to go see again.
So my friend that I had mentioned earlier,
Yes.
He's already been twice.
Already been twice.
Yes,
Wow.
already been twice.
Wow. So Sam, you asked, what do I expect, or what did I think it would be good, or whatever? Was I afraid that it was going to be bad? And I said I thought it was impossible because the formats, just the platforms are so completely different.
I was more asking if you were worried that your expectations were going to be so high that if it didn't meet those very, very high expectations, that it was going to be not necessarily disappointment, but even if it was good, part of you was going to be disappointed because it wasn't as good as you'd expected.
Yeah, and you also know me. I'm such a purist about things that, like, okay, leave that alone.
I don't. I mean, no, you're not.
It's
I mean,
protected content.
are you?
Don't mess with it, etc.
Oh.
And so even for self, I thought, now listen, you hold Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth in pretty high regard about, they made those roles. That's where you heard me say on Friday. But I got to tell you, I was just completely blown away. I mean, and I'm not going to share any spoilers, but there are a couple of great reveals in there where, if you're familiar with the franchise, familiar with the musical, you go, whoa. I was also impressed to learn, I didn't watch the NBC making of or behind the scenes actually until last night. It was on, I think, a week ago tonight, but it was on I just pulled it up on Peacock last night to see some of the behind the scenes. I did an interview with Jonathan Bailey and with Jeff Goldblum, of course, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. I have an even greater appreciation on a Monday after Saturday when I realized how much of that was actual set design. There was not near as much CGI as you would think. The flying scenes, of course, that's on a blue screen, that just not as a human thing. But Shiz, the university, real set. Munchkinland, real set.
Nice.
The train, like when the train comes, real set, real train.
Very cool.
And so I was just extremely amazed, and, fresh-faced Alea to the whole thing. She's familiar with The Wizard of Oz, so she's got that knowledge in there. She understands, but not having seen any of doesn't know the storyline, etc. I think she was, and now she's mad that it's a year until part 2 comes out.
Bless it. Bless
But
it.
so am I. I'm also mad that it. So
will she be going with you when you go see it again then?
Well, I already made a date. Yeah, I mean, so I already.
What did you think?
Scheduled a date
What,
with her.
what did you think, Christy?
I liked it. I definitely preferred over the play. It was easier for me. I still don't like to be sang to. It's still a musical, but it was very well done. I loved how they incorporated different ethnicities, disabilities. It was very inclusive. It was good. It was good.
Karen Michaels, our wedding singer.
Yes.
She said this morning that it pulled you in, like it felt like you were immersed in it, and in IMAX it certainly did. Like you kind of just felt like you were in the set. They were able to do character development that they're not able to do in the musical, and they were able to flesh out some storylines that they just gloss over in the musical. And so it just makes it much more engaging. Plus the ability to do close-ups on the characters, like get inside the characters, see their emotion, close-up, etc. It just is a completely different experience. So it's an instant classic. I mean, it's that good. I was not sure how I would feel about Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. They couldn't have done a better job. They couldn't have picked two better actresses. And also, you'll look at it a little bit differently. The character of Nessa Rose is actually a disabled actress, and they did a dance scene in that, and they wanted to have how a disabled person would dance in that setting, and so to your point, it's very good. Adele wrapped up her Vegas residency over the weekend. She was emotional about it. She said she didn't know when she was going to perform again. So she's been doing that a while. So she'll take a break, and we'll get to see her next go around. Katy Perry has won a trademark battle against the designer Katy Perry. There's an Australian designer named Katie Taylor who sells garments under her birth name, Katy Perry, and she sued Katy Perry, the one we know, back in 2019. So that's been litigated out. But the court decision came by 3 appeals judges who ruled in favor of our Katy Perry. I think basically you just say, who's more famous, right? It's just kind of a box office, a sales. I'd never heard of Katy Perry, the designer. No. So then to me, it's an easy decision to make. And then a new study is out that ranks the most expensive Christmas movie home in the United States. So things like from Scrooged, the Manhattan apartment that Bill Murray was in, it's $1.25 million. In Elf, the Hobbs family's apartment is there in the Central Park area. It's tiny, but it's $1.25 million. The Nakatomi Plaza, the Die Hard is only ranked. It's a 34-story building. It says it's only worth $1.4 million. It must be a dump now.
That's just the fact that a 34-story building is pretty much the same price as a small apartment in Central Park is just wild.
That's right. It's hard to believe. And of course, not surprisingly, the 4,250 square foot Georgian style home at 671 Lincoln Avenue in Winnetka, Illinois, basically Chicago. The Home Alone house, $1.56 million. So by comparison, you got a tiny apartment in Manhattan at $1.25. You got a 4,200 square foot home in Chicago at $1.56 million. So, but Home Alone.
Does the radiator come in the Elf house?
It does. And but where's Cousin Eddie's Winnebago? Where's the Griswold house? I don't know. Got to get to a break. We'll come back, finish it up for the morning here on In the Know.
Okay, so here's the scenario. It's a weeknight, and your child has spent most of the evening on the same school assignment. It's pretty clear he doesn't understand the information. And to top it off, he's brought home a note from the teacher warning you about a failing grade. Now, what do? Many parents immediately assume the worst. They think their child has a behavioral problem, difficulty learning, or is just plain lazy. I know, I've been there with my teenagers. But most of the time, school challenges like this aren't a crisis. The trouble may be as simple as your child's learning style. Think about it. All the kids in a class are taught the same way by the teacher, even though each student's learning style is very different. What's crystal clear to one person may sound like a foreign language to another. Author Carol Barnier recommends parents think of themselves as the keeper of the keys. If your child doesn't understand a concept, that could mean it wasn't taught with the key the child needs to unlock the information. Your job as a parent is to find the right key. In other words, help your child discover the right learning approach that presents information in a way they can understand it. For example, your child may be required to write down the spelling words, but speaking them out loud because they're an auditory learner works better for them. That simple key can transform a child who's struggling into one with a passion for learning. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
The words you are about to hear are taken from letters sent in by members of the Trinity Debt Management Program.
Dear Trinity, today I'm making my final credit card payment.
Before I came to you, I was in a constant state of anxiety and panic, but now there is hope for my family's financial future.
Working with Trinity made me understand that I'm not alone.
You really do help people.
Your kindness will never be forgotten. Without Trinity support, I would not have achieved my lifelong goal of becoming debt-free.
We saved a lot on interest and penalties, of course, but the reward was the gift of human kindness.
Trinity has carried me through a very difficult time in my life. You're amazing.
I used to feel so anxious and hopeless. Now I feel grace and peace.
God bless Trinity as you continue to help others become debt-free.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
When the days grow short, Hometown Christmas lights up Litchfield. Join us for Light Up Litchfield, December 6th at 5 p.m. at James D. Bevel City Park. Then, watch the magic spread to Clarkson Community Center and Caneyville Purple Flash Center at 6. On December 7th, the Gingerbread Christmas Parade rolls through at 3:30. Don't miss Shop the Square with over 20 vendors, caroling, and Senator photos. Experience the joy at visitlitchfield.com.
With sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotion, I want to stop. Thank you, baby. I want to stop. And thank you, baby. Yes, I do. How sweet it is.
MB's Point to Ponder for today. Samurai and I are going to take a back seat on this question.
Oh, okay.
Need a female perspective on this. MB's Point to Ponder. Which sport is the most exciting to watch? Which is the most boring? Which sport is the most exciting to watch? Which is the most boring, according to you?
Basketball.
Most exciting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the most boring? Oh. Well, you can nap during golf. I can't stand baseball. It takes forever. But boring, probably golf because I can nap.
Okay.
But I can't stand baseball or softball. It's like the slowest sport in the world.
Oh, softball's not very soft. You know, you need to go to a softball game.
Maybe.
Yeah, softball's a lot faster than baseball. Yeah, soccer is the boring one for me, I would say.
You probably have been to slow pitch softball games too, and they are slower than fast pitch softball
Yeah,
games.
like a high school.
Well, I mean, believe it or not, we did transition to fast pitch when back before Sam was born.
The game of the baseball softball is, unless you're playing the math, like if you're playing, I can see where you would say that just from an action standpoint because of the slowness, but
It's gotten better in the past couple of years with the pitch clock.
Yeah, it has gotten better. The Major League Baseball has sped up. It is better. I think there's some other things. So I was not surprised that you might say that. I think football can be very exciting. A big run, big touchdown, etc.
Hockey is cool because they do all the fun stuff like in between.
Yeah.
Is that I
Plus
don't know
they
if
fight.
you call that. Yeah.
They fight
And Zamboni's a fun word too. Is that where that's coming from as well?
Who doesn't want to say Zamboni, right? There are some track and field events though that are extremely exciting, like the 100-meter dash, and then some of those relays and things. To me, are really exciting to watch because that's just human. Just the oldest sport. Running as fast as you can as a human is an old endeavor. Sam, do you have a most exciting?
I think basketball's the right answer. Yeah, I really like good basketball. It was a lot of fun on Saturday. The Cougars had a scrimmage and they hit something like 14 threes, and it was just that style. It's like UK. It's just so much fun to watch. Let's just shoot a bunch of threes. Let's have a lot of fun.
Curling is awfully boring. It's so slow. And I don't know if that's a sport or not. But
and but
it came to mind.
Did she ask what a Zamboni is? Did you not know?
I don't know.
That's what they drive that on the ice. It's the big I don't even know how to describe it. But
what finishes the ice? They come out in between the periods and resurface.
Yes, and it's called a Zamboni.
They do that at the skating rink too. After they carve it all up and they come through and make it smooth again.
Okay.
It basically is a big freezer. Let's see. On TV tonight, The Voice, The Neighborhood, NCIS Origin, and the Fighting Lamars at the Chargers tonight. out at Sophie. Today's highlight in history, President Kennedy was laid to rest at Arlington this day in 1963. And interestingly enough, it was on his son's birthday. So his son was 3. And on his birthday, the funeral was at Arlington. Joe Gibbs is 84 today. John Larroquette is 77. Amy Grant is 64. Christina Applegate, 53. The Bush twins, Barbara Pierce and Jenna Bush Hager, is 43. They're both 43 today, of course. Andrew Carnegie was born in 1835. Carrie Nation, 1846. Joe DiMaggio, 1914. Ricardo Montalban in 1920. Percy Sledge in 1941. JFK Jr., 1960. Chart toppers. Let's go to, where are we going, the 1950s? Let's go to Thurston Harris from 1957, Little Bitty Pretty One. For our generation, Huey Lewis made it popular. That's kind of a cool song. I do like the Huey Lewis version of it, too. 1966, The Supremes. You keep me hanging on. All right, let's move forward to the 1970s. 1975, KC and the Sunshine Band, number 1. Ah, that's the way. That's the way. Let's go to 1984. Hall & Oates with Out of Touch. I'd Do Anything for Love, Meatloaf in 93. The Game of Love, Santana in 02. Someone Like You, Adele, 13 years ago today. And Moon, 24 Karat Gold at number 1 4 years ago today. EMB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. The wise do at once what the fool does last. The wise do at once what the fool does last. EMB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Beej, for Sam Gormley, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the Twin Lakes,